welcome back, everyone. This week's Pictures of the Week are being brought to you by Flowers Deer Processing. I mean, they're gearing up for their deer processing. I talked to Jim earlier today. The garden center is now being torn down to get ready for the winter, and they are getting their deer processing stuff ready to go to serve you. They're located at 4550 Eatons Creek Road, right off of Highway 12. If you don't know where that is, check them out. Flower Deer Processing, probably the best deer processor in the South. I got to tell you, they're the greatest ones. All right, our first picture's here. Well, Jim, who's this now?
This is Josh Haskins, a good friend of mine. We were out fishing Priest last Tuesday night.
Were y'all fishing a tournament now out there too on the Tuesday night?
We were pre-fishing one.
Pre-fishing one. All right. And then our next picture here. By the way, that was a nice smallmouth. Hey, I got to tell you, I wanted to send this one in. This came from our good friend Randall Staggs down there that owns My Blend Deer Minerals. And he said, Hugh, just a reminder, next week's the Buck Murrin. It's a time to get those mineral licks out there and make sure they've been freshened up. Look at this buck. This was just taken last week. He's already starting. Now, he will grow 8 to 10 inches of antler next week.
Wow.
By itself. Just 1 week. So just to show you what he looks like now, hopefully at the end of next week, we'll show you what he looks like now. Might be very impressive. All right, our next picture here. Jim, this is you holding one. Did you get this? I mean,
yeah, I looked up and found one.
You found one?
Josh let me catch one, basically.
Josh let you catch one? Now, you're on Priest, right?
Yeah, that's a Priest.
And that looks like a largemouth.
That's a largemouth.
Yeah. Now, he was holding a smallmouth, right?
Yes.
All right. What were y'all catching them on?
That was on a Power Team Lures 6-stick, and his was on a Stanson Zorro black spinnerbait.
Awesome. Well, let's see. Now here you got to be in a kayak.
Yeah, that was a kayak tournament. That was a smallmouth I caught a couple weeks ago out around Elm Hill.
Good job. You like Priest, don't you?
Love Priest.
I love Priest. That's right. All right. Hey, got to show you this picture right here. My good friend Alan Oopie Johnson from Chickamauga. This is one of his friends. Went with him. He caught 2 on 1 bait, a spook, top water. The one on the back of the bait weighs 5 pounds. The one on the front weighs 3. 8 pounds in 1 cast. Pretty darn good right there. That's the way you want to fish right there. And our next, there's my buddy Alan with a 5.5 pounder that he caught on Gunnersville, on Chickamauga just last week. He said, Hugh, I was just trying to see what I could find out there. Well, you got almost get his arm broke on some of these fish, but great fish right there on Chickamauga. We have any more? No, we don't. We're done. Hey, you can send your pictures to us here at Southern Woods and Waters, 474 James Robinson Parkway, Nashville, Tennessee, 37219, or simply email them to me at hugh@southernwoodsandwaters.com, or go to our Facebook page and send them to us via Facebook. We'll be glad to put them on here. All right, getting back to talking about a little bit more about deer hunting and how you can be prepared for it. Now's the time that a lot of guys and gals are getting active in the woods. It's middle of July. 1st of August, you need to be doing those food plots. Mm-hmm. If we ever get 2 or 3 days of sunshine and no rain, it'd be a good time to get out there and plow those fields.
No rain's going to be the kicker.
No rain's going to be the kicker.
Yeah. But and then you're going to want rain.
Yeah, and then after you put it out there, you're going to want rain. I still tell people to go by Davidson County Co-op. Right here in Davidson County, see Scott Cooper, get you one of those little test bags and send it off to your county ag extension office and let them, or take it to Davidson County Co-op will do it.
They'll send it to you.
They'll send it for you and find out what your requirements are. You don't understand how important the pH balance is in the soil that you're trying to make for a food plot. It can be the difference between being this high and being lush.
Yeah.
That's how different it is. So go by there. Yeah, I think it's $10 or $11 for a kit.
It may be less than that.
It may be less, yeah. But it's not much to pay for a kit. And you know, if you're talking about scraggly bucks versus gargantuous bucks, $8 or $9, $10 is worth it to me.
yeah.
So go by there and try that.
And they got all the seed. They got the My Blend stuff. They've got radishes, turnips,
Biologics, everything.
Yes, everything. Minerals.
I love the radishes. The My Blend Deer Minerals is making that radish. That is the best I've ever seen. That Ukrainian radish.
Yeah, mine was this tall last year.
They tore them up.
Yeah.
The Ukrainian radish, what was that other that we planted? The Siberian kale. We planted it. Then we planted all the brassicas, your turnips, your not collards, but mustard-like.
Yeah.
7 tops. But we were experiencing that they weren't hitting those turnips because they don't turn sweet till the first frost,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
When that happens, though, they'll start digging them up.
They start mowing them down.
Mowing them down. You're right, but you know, it was everything to keep the family out of the food plot because the family's got to go. Yeah, we got to eat some greens.
Yeah, yeah.
You got to keep the family out of that.
I ran my grandfather out of a food plot one time when I was hungry.
How many times I've seen Joy walking across the food plot, grabbing them up, putting them in a bag. You know, it's like they don't like all that competition, but food plot time is now, or getting ready for food plots. Minerals. What else would you put out there? Would you put out any supplemental feeds?
You could. Minerals are becoming a lot more popular because they're a lot more affordable and they last longer. Feeds also do good, but you got to really watch when you're putting them out because they have to be up. What is it, 2 weeks?
14 days.
Yeah, 14 days before.
So they better
season.
be up on the 12th of September.
Yeah, if you were feeding deer, I'd say you probably should have already been feeding by now.
Yeah,
So,
I think so too.
Yeah.
Especially like June, July,
Yeah.
August, and then I'd stop because they got to be off the ground. They can't be anything on the ground by September the 12th
Yeah.
because season opens the 26th. So it'd be the 12th. So if you're going to do it, or if you have done it, just make sure you get them out of there at the end of August so you'll have time for it to go away before season gets here.
Yeah, you don't want to get caught with that
You
stuff.
do not want to get caught with that out there. Deer, though, I'm seeing a lot of them. You are too.
Numbers are
They're way up.
incredible. I've never seen it like this. It's
And y'all brought in 3,400 plus deer last year.
correct. Yes.
And now I personally know that you have increased almost every year
Every year since the blue tone.
since the blue tone.
Yeah.
Are we looking at a 4,000 deer year?
Probably, but in the very near future. But man, we have to work our tails off for that one.
The thing is we've got habitat. They're learning to adapt, even in our city limits.
Oh yeah.
Hendersonville has got a major problem with deer. Sumner County, all of a
West
sudden,
Nashville.
West Nashville's got a bad problem.
Yeah.
So, deer are everywhere. They're adapting to houses being built right in their own backyards and all this. But the deer keep I've seen a lot of twins and a lot of triplets this year. A lot of fawns being found. So I'd say we're going to have a bumper crop.
Yeah. The coyotes must be skinny this year because there's babies
a lot of deer.
everywhere.
Everywhere. And now coyotes, we bring that up. They've been mowing a few of them down, but not nearly like you would think.
No.
Because they're everywhere right now.
Yeah.
All the parks are full of deer. So great time if you want to get involved in hunting and taking a kid hunting. I think this might be one of those banner years.
This is going to be a good year to take somebody hunting.
I promise you.
If you're looking into getting into deer hunting, right now is the time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Get them out there practicing.
Oh yeah. You need to be out there. People need to be shooting their bows now.
Oh, they should have. Yeah, been
yeah.
shooting
Every day.
every day.
Fire
at least,
5 or 6 shots a day.
At least that.
Yeah.
I'd like to say a dozen or a dozen and a half every day
Yeah.
from now on. You got to get proficient. I still say you need to practice from an elevated position. If you're going to hunt from a stand, you need to learn how to shoot from a stand.
If you're going to hunt from a blind, you need to be shooting out of a blind.
You're exactly right.
Now,
And you need
blinds
to know,
are harder to shoot out of than you think they are.
and there's something else too that a lot of people don't think about is the blinds some of them aren't designed to shoot bows out of.
Yeah.
So be careful in the fact of what blind you're buying. If you want the bow hunt out of it, because some of them are made to where you can't shoot a bow out of.
Also, now's the time to be, if you need any work done on your bow, you need to
better
do
get
it
it in
now.
there.
Because starting in August and September, those bow shops are backed up.
They're 6-7 weeks getting it out.
You won't get it back before deer season.
Crossbows, ladies and gentlemen, I got to tell you, Tennessee is one of the states that it's legal for you to use a crossbow, and you do not have to be handicapped to do it. So a lot of kids are, my grandson, as a matter of fact, he killed one 2 years ago with the crossbow, his first. It is a great tool to be used for kids to get them involved in hunting, but it does take practice. You can't just take it out the day of.
It's not like shooting a gun.
It's not. It looks like a gun, it acts like a gun, but it does not shoot like a gun. So you have to practice with that and get pretty proficient. I also like to put limits on them. Just because it looks like a gun doesn't mean it can shoot 100 yards.
No.
And be accurate.
I think the newest ones are, they claim can knock a deer down at 60 yards.
60, yeah.
That's a poke with a crossbow.
But I still say 40 yards should be a max for anybody. You need to learn. You need to hone your skills anyway.
A whole lot can happen to an arrow in 60 yards.
Yeah. That little twig that you didn't see, you could deflect off of it and just cause all kinds of major problems. But I like to tell people, if you're proficient at 50 yards, then try cutting it in half. And to be honest with you, Jim, that's what's fun about bow hunting anyway, is to see how close you can get.
Oh yeah.
To me.
No, I've had the farthest shot I've taken with a bow was 40 yards, and I didn't want to take it. I was just like, I don't know.
I took one a little further than that, but my friend was waiting on it to come by, and he was at full draw, but it was 50 yards for me. So while he's at full draw looking, I just went ahead and shot, and he's like, I started to shoot you. he's like, I was all drawn back, but I was fixing to shoot, and then your arrow went through her. So my friend will remember that. But I tell you what, we've got to do our product of the week. Let's go do it right now. This week's product of the week is being brought to you by Highland Rim Tractor. You're a Mahindra tractor dealer out there in Millersville, Tennessee, just on the main drag there. Tell Miss Laura's story or John's story that you heard it right here on Southern Woods and Waters. All right. This week's product, hey, it is time for these right here. These are trail cameras, and now is the time. You may have already put them out. If you have, great. If you haven't, you need to be putting them out this weekend, this next week. This is the buck moon. You're going to see some massive antler growth this week. This is going to help you decide what farm, if you've got multiple farms, it'll help you decide what farm to hunt. It'll also help you decide what area of the farm should I need to be hunting in. This is going to help you tremendously. This is like your Lowrance Electronics to find big fish right here. This is what helps the hunter while he's out there. They've got nice little SD cards. They've got 7 megapixels on these. Can take up to 50,000 images. That's a lot of images. That's a lot of deer. You got that many deer, you need help. Call me. Hey, we got to take a break. When we come back, we're going to open up our phone lines here at 737-7767. Hurry back to more Southern Woods and Waters.